Hello everyone, this is the Shop Conversation podcast and we are still here at the Ghana Party in the Park, the ShattaFest edition. Shatta hasn't come on stage, that's why I've been able to get a lot of people's attention, because I know if he comes on stage, everybody's gonna run away. So right now that he hasn't come, I'm using this to interact with the community, because you know that the Shop Conversation, our mission is to bridge health, culture and lived experience in one conversation at a time. And over here, I'm here with should I call her the CEO of Mefie? She does a lot of raffles and a lot of people have won tickets. When I mean tickets, some people have won tickets to go to Ghana and even other events. I'm waiting for mine, honestly speaking. But Ivy, thank you very much for granting us the opportunity of welcoming us. We met in Ghana Party in the Park 2024.
Yes, that's right.
And we have kept in touch.
Yes.
And I've seen all the amazing stuff you're doing. So continue doing it. Continue breaking the barriers, because I never knew that there was going to be something fun that Mefie would be conducting. So once again, I give you your flowers before we start the conversation. So Ghana Party in the Park is 21 years.
Wow, yes.
Which one was your first one that you attended?
Oh gosh, so my first experience with Ghana Party in the Park would have been, I think 2014.
So I was at LEB?
Not, of course, at that time I hadn't started Mefie, but that was just, I attended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually started my first ever one was 2011.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so.
And guess what happened on that day?
Tell me.
Tottenham riots.
Oh my gosh.
Immediately we left Ghana Party in the Park.
No way.
We heard it on the news, Tottenham is on fire.
Oh my gosh.
And guess what? That was my first ever summer in the UK.
Wow. So you're thinking, what's all this?
There is a lot. I said to myself, our family started actually asking, are you okay? Stay safe. God. I said, what have I called myself into? I just came to this country and you guys are actually setting the city on fire. However, that was just by the way, but it gave me a sense of belonging. The reason being is I met so many people I've not met for a long period of time. Yeah. People I've not seen in Ghana. I started seeing them right away. So I thought, wait, am I in Ghana or am I in London? Because all these people are I'm meeting them at the same time. So those are some of the fond memories that I do have. And my next one was 2013, and I took a long break 11 years later.
Wow.
Came in 2024.
That's when we met.
And I'm here in 2026. What would you say has been your fondest memory about Ghana Party in the Park?
I want to say I think the second time I came, because I had the opportunity to come with my family.
Yes.
So it was just really nice coming out on a family day out for the kids to really experience a little bit of what it might feel like to be in Ghana. Because the year we came, they had the display of the chiefs, and it was just really lovely.
The display of culture,
absolutely. And we had the food and just spending time with people, and like you said, meeting people that you have not seen. Like the Party in the Park would have been a place where you see so many people that you've not met. So I think I really enjoyed that. And of course, after that, starting the business has been a bit different.
Exactly.
It's been different coming as a vendor rather than to experience it. So that was coming and not having to do that. It was really nice.
It was really nice, fantastic. Yeah. And would you say over the years, what has kept you always coming back over here to Ghana Party in the Park?
I think it's just what Ghana Party in the Park represents. It's just bringing our community together, because how many times do we actually get to come together in this way, where there is a display of food, culture, music, all in one, generations, young people coming together, families and all generations. So it's really just that's the core of it. That's really kind of absolutely.
If there's anyone who has actually had a misconception about Ghana Party in the Park and have always exempted themselves, what would you tell them?
I would say, because I've seen to a lot of people, of course, because we get to meet a lot of people now, we talk about Ghana Party in the Park, and some people will say, they came when they were children, and since after that they've not really, for some reason, not felt a way to connect. It might have not been maybe because there's maybe a particular artist that's not coming, they've not found that connection. But I will say that come and experience it for yourself. If you haven't if you came as a child and you've not done that as an adult, come and experience it for yourself and come and have that lived experience and see what's actually happening, see what you can connect with. It's important that we come together.
Yes.
And, and kind of keep, our culture, learn more. Every time I come, I learn something different. I see a new business, I see something new. So just come and experience. Come and experience Ghana.
Yeah.
Culture.
Because here is more of like a mini Ghana. So if you have not actually traveled to Ghana before, this could be your way of immersing yourself within the Ghanaian culture. Get to see some of the games we play. This right over here is called ORA. I don't know how to play it, but maybe I don't know how to play it, I'll be honest with you. Maybe right over here at Ghana Party in the Park, I might find someone who will be able to actually teach me, as IB has offered to actually teach me. We'll find time to be able to do it. And there's a lot of Ghanaian games. We've got the draft, we've got the Ludo, or someone will say Ludo, whichever way they want to say it. We've got the die, and that game will show the true wickedness of a Ghanaian. Make sure, because people will make sure that they see you fall than to rise with them. But that was just by the way. So we come over here. One of the biggest side of Ghana Party in the Park that makes people come over and over is to experience Ghana music.
Of course.
Do you think Ghana music is therapeutic? I'm coming from a mental health point of view because people come over here in this country. The first thing that they think about is work. That is no choice of theirs because someone at home might have actually sacrificed financially to be able to support them. Henceforth, they need to actually go back. Therefore, they spend all their time working in order to be able to recoup that amount of money. If there's anyone who's listening to this or from your experience, do you think they coming over here is a good way of keeping their mental health sane?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think, of course, music in itself is, we look at, it's therapeutic anyway. Yes. So having music that you can identify with, having music that understands, having music that you can relate to, have a lived experience and coming to experience Ghana music. So I would say, of course, people travel, come, like you said, come to the UK, and sometimes you're working hard, it's non-stop.
Yes.
It's really important that you take a break, you find out what's going on in the community. It doesn't have to be Ghana Party Park, it could be, a weekend at your local restaurant that plays live music, and we've been so lucky, especially in London, where we have so many artists.
So many.
Like at the moment on the Mefie directory, we've got Stoneboy coming
on the 15th.
We've got Kiddy, we've got
Kwesi Arthur,
we've got Predenchi, we've got R2Bs. I mean, it's endless.
Non-stop.
You will like one of them. So take time out. Please take time off. Find a ticket and just come out. Come out, just to take a break from everything, meet other people, and just have fun. Take a break.
Exactly. And to the people who will actually say that, oh, these artists are not my favorite. I'm a Christian. I want to go to the gospel event. Oh. MOG is also there.
Absolutely.
MOG Music is coming to OVO Arena on the 22nd of August. So make sure that we find you over there. Find something beyond your workspace to actually do in order for us to be able to keep ourselves sane. Because London itself is a lot of pressure. We understand, but it's better to be able to keep a balance of it.
Absolutely.
And both of us are coming from a health background and all of those kind of stuff. Would you say that as a community, our culture is helping us enough regarding our health? Coming from the point of view of, are we seeking more help for our health, or are we just being very nonchalant?
I think we're becoming more self-aware, especially when it comes to mental health. I know that's an area that we're quite passionate about. I think mental health is always kind of be a taboo, kind of things we don't talk about. We don't talk about depression. We don't talk about all those things. But I think, we're making progress in terms of, our community getting to understand a bit more about mental health and really accepting it as an illness and a need that we have. So, and there's so many people in the community, trying to educate and raise awareness in regards to poor mental health, and if you have a family member. So for instance, I'm a social worker. We part of the Ghanaian Social Workers Union. We do a lot of work around educating families about mental health and safeguarding and all those kind of topics. So I think there's more. I think we've got some more that we can do. But definitely, I think there's more. But definitely, we need to be more. We need to access more services in regards to our health. Like you're saying, some people, they're even sick, even to find time to go to the GP, we should be having regular checkups, bloods, high blood, be checking all those things. But we're so busy just on a rat race. Like today, for instance, they've got the nurses there, they're doing, blood pressure, they're checking your blood type, they're doing
myself and the team have actually checked already, so we know that our blood pressure is within the range.
It's important. So definitely, I think as a community, we've got a bit of a way to go, but there's so many people doing good work to try and raise that awareness. Yeah.
And talking about our community, you made mention of you being a social worker, and we know from as Ghana, our background, migrating over here into the UK, sometimes our parents they might not have any harmful intention of doing anything to any kid. However, because of how we were brought home as Ghanaians back home, I was born in Ghana, bred over here, but I came here at a very early age, but I'm still glued to my Ghanaian culture. However, some of the stuff that used to be done as a form of correcting the young person over here in this country is frowned upon. What do you think our community can do better from a social worker point of view? What do we think we can do better to improve how we discipline young people?
Again, I think just going back to sometimes when people migrate to another countries, they don't take time to really integrate or find communities that can support them. So a lot of the time when we have, for instance, Ghanaian families come across social care, you usually find out it's an issue of education. So they might have come here and they're using the same parenting styles that they use without really finding out the implications of that. So a lot of the time, again, going back to Ghanaian Social Workers Union, that's why we do a lot of work going into communities and teaching them different strategies they can use, because a lot of people get their children removed unnecessarily because they might be using physical chastisement and other things that are essentially against the law in the UK. So again, I would say if you come to the UK, please don't isolate yourself. There are so many groups now, we have so many groups, Ghanaian Social Workers Union, there's a doctor, there are groups, community groups, there's so many. Please find a group and attach yourself to it. Don't isolate yourself, ask questions, don't be afraid. The system really is here to help. It's only when you don't learn and do the right thing that you get yourself in trouble. So
as Ivy said, no man is an island. Don't isolate yourself. It's really, really important, because today is one of those days that I'm so happy seeing a lot of families, because you know that in the UK, loneliness is one of the biggest killers because it affects people. It makes people feel so depressed. I never knew so until I came here, and I've got this lady from my church that I call grandma, where I visit her often. That's when I realized how lonely it can be growing up over here in this country. So it's really important that we end up keeping in touch with our family, our friends, because someone might be experiencing loneliness. They might be in the midst of people, however, they might be experiencing loneliness, and that could also affect their mental health. So getting to the end of our conversation, what's one cultural practice that brings you peace?
That's a very interesting question. Cultural practice that brings me peace. I don't know whether it's a cultural practice, but I think just, the ways that Ghanaians we are as a people. I think we're very friendly. We're very accommodating, and I've always found that, that's been my lived experience, that, we're very welcoming. So it really is just lovely to meet people and feel, kind of feel accepted, regardless of kind of what community you go into, I guess. So I guess that friendliness that, Ghanaians have, and I like to think that I am. Very friendly,
you are
accommodating.
If you are not, you wouldn't have actually given us the space.
It's really a cultural thing, isn't it?
It is a cultural thing, because most of the time people end up actually caution us that has got its good sides and our bad sides.
Of course, I think I think there's a balance, and I think sometimes people mistake in the fact that we are very nice and accommodating. Maybe they look at it in a negative way as maybe being timid or lacking confidence. But I don't think that's the truth. I think that is just our nature. It's a cultural thing. But you can still be confident without being arrogant or being nasty or being, people can't approach you. I think,
there should be a striking balance.
Absolutely.
You're right. And if there has been a moment that you've been proud of being a Ghanaian, when would that moment be?
Wow. I think, every time you hear that, I think that's really important to me because of the kind of person I am. Every time I might see a comment on social media from somebody that's gone to Ghana and said, Ghanaians are really nice. I think that is just, we take that for granted. That's just so lovely. And it's consistent. It's not just one person. It's almost every time. I think that's something that is like, we should wear that as a badge of honor. The fact that we are very nice.
Yeah, we are.
Absolutely. So
awesome.
Definitely, every time. Very proud.
Awesome. And we are here today. The headline artist is ShattaWale.
Yay.
Are you a Shatta fan?
I am. I'm not very big at music. I love all kinds of music, but absolutely, I love ShattaWale.
You love ShattaWale. What makes you love ShattaWale?
I just love his boldness.
Yeah.
I love his boldness, his bit of craziness. We all love that about our ShattaWale.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And
you can never.
He's been around.
Exactly. He's been an OG.
Set the trend for so many others. So
you're so right.
Really.
You're so right. And
Miss Flowers,
what is your favorite ShattaWale song? No pressure.
Oh God. There is a song that talks about where oh God.
When was it released? Maybe I can help.
This would be about, I would think about 2-3 years ago.
Is it a motivational song?
Yes.
On God.
You're talking about that one? No, not that one.
Not that one.
I can hear the tune in my head. I just can't get it out. Oh.
Is there any word that stands out? Maybe if you mention the word, you can help.
Oh my God. I want to remember this song. This is so significant. I want to remember.
Apart from that one, is there anyone?
I like On God.
On God, yeah.
I like On God.
Street Crown.
I love Street Crown. Actually, there's a ShattaWale song. I love Street Crown.
Taking Over.
No, I love Taking Over, but that's not the one. I wish. Oh my God, I wish I could remember it. No, it's not that one.
No, not that one.
It's not that one. But you know what? I love. There's obviously so many hits.
There's so many. He is a machine. Because when it comes to hits, I don't think no one can compete with ShattaWale, honestly speaking. And I think that is what as Ghana we need to be proud of, because no one is perfect. And there's a side of ShattaWale which can make you actually dislike him because of certain utterances that he will make. But I am happy that over time he has seen his global status and he's managing well, because of late we've never heard anything apart from the banter that he has with Stonebwoy. People will say it's a beef, but at this point in time I take it as a banter. And because both of them have got a show over here in the UK.
Absolutely.
And how would they actually market it? It's good that, or it's great that our two big dancehall artists, not only Ghana but Africa, are going to be in the space like 2 weeks apart.
2 weeks apart.
And there's nothing much better than that. So I'm actually happy that Ghana is blessed with those people.
Absolutely.
And on top of it, their collaborations all the time with Sarkodie is always a fire.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy. So what are you expecting this evening when ShattaWale jumps on the stage?
Oh my God, you can just feel the energy. So when he comes on, the whole place, of course, is just gonna
explode.
It's gonna literally.
Yeah. But we don't want to see that fire.
No.
By the way, there was an incident that actually happened over here. That's what we're actually talking about. And we hope that there's not going to be any casualties. There's been some injuries, but we hope that it's not very, very grave to the point that it can actually cause issues. And thank you very much, Ivy, for accommodating us. And have you got any words for your audience, for Mefie, on what they should do for the shop conversation?
Well, you know Mefie, we're all things Ghana. Like I said, we've got the directory that's up that everybody's excited about. Everything that you're looking for Ghana, events, businesses, whatever it is that you're looking for, go to Mefie. And I always say, if you go there and it's not there, message me and we'll find that service. So we're listing not just in the UK, we're listing all over the world. So if you're in Norway and you're looking for your local Kenke restaurant, you'll find it. If you're in Australia, you're looking for a restaurant or even a service in Ghana, you'll find it on Mefie. And of course, we have our regular raffles running. Everybody loves those. We're giving away concert tickets.
Yep.
You know, so connect with Mefie. We really want to connect the Ghanaian community all over the world.
And to my non-Ghanaian people, Mefie means my home. So the directory makes sense because it's trying to locate you to your nearest Ghanaian restaurant, your nearest Ghanaian shop, for you to be able to taste authentic Ghanaian food.
Absolutely.
And have you got any message for my audience of the Shelf Conversation podcast?
Amazing work that he's doing. We're loving it. So keep watching. If you haven't subscribed, wherever you're watching from, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, make sure you subscribe.
The
Amazing
Shelf
conversation.
Podcast.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Ivy, and it was great having this conversation with you.
Thank you so
Hopefully,
much.
sometime doing this, we'll be able to catch up again.
Definitely.
All right, take care.
All right.